Hello and welcome. This is Living in English, Casper speaking, and we are watching a video number 3 of my new English speaking challenge where I answer some IELTS speaking questions. And in today's video, I want to focus on art. And let me tell you, this is going to be a hard video to make because I'm not particularly interested in art, to say the least. This is funny actually, because when you prepare for IELTS, there are some really weird questions that you don't normally think about. Because I must confess that I haven't really thought about animal welfare in the zoo or art, for example, but I need to be prepared to talk about that stuff. But before we start, I want to ask you to not to pay attention to my really haggard looking face, and because I work night shifts this week and I woke up a few minutes ago, and because that I work that ungodly hours, and my sleeping patterns are completely ruined, but it is what it is. So let's get started. Like I said, I want to say a few things about art. Like I said, I'm not a cultural vulture. I don't take great interest in art. And I don't even remember when was the last time that I visited an art gallery or a museum. I'm not even talking about going to a theater. I believe it was in high school, so 10 plus years ago. I'm really ashamed here and I'm making a fool out of myself, but that's the truth. So, but on those rare occasions when I visit an art gallery and when I look at a masterpiece, I can appreciate, of course, skills. I can appreciate skills, hard work, and effort that an author put into making this piece of art. But other than that, I consider myself a rather tasteless person when it comes to art. But my girlfriend uh, is the opposite of me, because believe it or not, she's an artist. She draws and she paints. She's painted a few paintings, and she's drawn over 100 or even 200 of drawings. I'm not entirely sure of the number, but you get the point. And I think she's really talented and gifted, but unfortunately, she's neglected that hobby. But I hope that one day she would come back to doing it, because that would be a waste. Because, like I said, I think she's a really gifted person. And by the way, it's a great form of passing time, a wonderful hobby that mm, makes impression on others. So, um, I remember when I was a kid, during my school years, I had those compulsory art classes. Even though it was only an hour a week, I remember that I struggled, honestly. I wasn't a talented person when it comes to art, of course. Other than that, I'm extremely gifted. I'm behaving cringy. Sorry for that. Where was I? So I was speaking about art classes. I didn't enjoy them, and the worst thing about them was homework. Even though it was only an hour a week, I remember that sometimes I was doing my homework for the whole weekend because a teacher gave me some stupid task to make, like, for example, drawing something complicated for a student. But if you ask me, I was thinking about it, and art classes should be compulsory, at least in primary school, because it's a great way of developing manual dexterity, in children, and it can help develop some sort of creativity in kids. And maybe, who knows, some teacher would be able to discover a real talent in one of his students. We we cannot know. Different things happen. So, what there is to say? This is pretty much it. I don't want to make this video longer than it should be. I think that this time I did alright. So that was my quick presentation about art. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and see you in the next video. Take care.